World War II wasn't just fought with bullets and bombs, it was fought inside the minds of millions. Before tanks rolled into Poland, before the Luftwaffe darkened the skies over London, Adolf Hitler was already waging war. But this war didn't need ammunition. It relied on fear, propaganda, and psychological manipulation. Hitler understood something terrifying: control the mind, and you control the people. In the 1920s, still bitter from World War I and the Treaty of Versailles, Germany was vulnerable, emotionally broken, economically shattered. Hitler used this despair as a weapon. Through speeches, rallies, and powerful symbolism, he created an illusion of strength and unity. The swastika, once an ancient symbol, became a brand. The Nazi salute, a psychological gesture of loyalty and power, and Heil Hitler, a phrase designed to trigger instant allegiance. This wasn't accidental. It was deliberate psychological warfare, and the German people were its first victims. Joseph Goebbels, the Nazi minister of propaganda, was a master manipulator. He didn't just distort the truth, he redefined it. His department controlled newspapers, radio broadcasts, films, school curriculums, and even children's books. Nothing escaped the propaganda machine. Truth became whatever the regime said it was. The German people were fed a constant stream of enemy images: Jews, communists, foreigners, all depicted as dangerous threats to the fatherland. Films like The Eternal Jew and Triumph of the Will weren't just entertainment, they were psychological tools to unite the masses through hate and fear. Goebbels' tactics were clear: repetition, emotional appeal, and the big lie. Say something loud enough, long enough, and it becomes reality. And it worked. Millions believed they were victims of a global conspiracy. Children grew up idolizing Hitler. Families turned in neighbors. The mind had been conquered. Propaganda wasn't the only psychological weapon. Fear was just as effective. The Gestapo, Hitler's secret police, spread terror throughout the Reich. You didn't need to commit a crime to be arrested, just being suspected was enough. Whispers of dissent were met with brutal interrogations, disappearances, and concentration camps. People learned to self-censor, to obey, to look away. Even public executions were used as psychological warnings. They weren't about justice, they were about obedience. Fear didn't just keep people in line, it made them participants. Ordinary citizens became informants. Children reported parents. Fear rewired morality. In Nazi Germany, silence wasn't just survival, it was submission. Psychological warfare didn't stop at Germany's borders. The Nazis used it as a military tactic. Before invading countries, Hitler often used intimidation, threats of total war, and strategic misinformation. Fake radio broadcasts spread confusion. Leaflets dropped from planes told soldiers their cause was hopeless. The Blitzkrieg wasn't just fast, it was mentally overwhelming. Civilians were paralyzed with fear as sirens screamed overhead. Buildings collapsed. Lives vanished. Morale shattered. In France, the Germans used loudspeakers to demoralize Allied troops. In the East, they spread lies to stir distrust among Soviet ranks. And for the Jews and other minorities, deportations were often disguised as relocations, giving false hope before leading to extermination. The battlefield was everywhere, even in your thoughts. The war ended in 1945, but Hitler's psychological tactics didn't vanish, they echoed. The world realized how powerful the mind could be as a weapon. Trials at Nuremberg revealed the terrifying efficiency of propaganda. Survivors of the camps described how mental manipulation could destroy identity, hope, even the will to live. And yet these tools didn't die with the Third Reich. Modern regimes, extremist groups, and even corporations use similar methods: repetition, fear, manufactured enemies, emotional appeals. Hitler didn't invent psychological warfare, but he mastered it. And his legacy warns us: the greatest weapon of all may not be what's in a soldier's hand, but what's in their head. In the end, this was Hitler's most powerful weapon: not the Blitzkrieg, not the panzer tanks, but the mind.